An underused tool for TI intubation is to go underwater, that is, take the gas out of the cecum and fill it with water. This will cause the valve to relax and turn toward the anus. The orifice turns toward the anus, facilitating intubation. Very useful, especially if there is any device on the tip of the scope that increases the diameter.
The very best way to get the valve orifice turned toward you so that you can see it and enter it more easily is to remove the gas from the cecum and ascending colon and fill it with water. This will tend to make the colon collapse, and it'll really roll the valve up so that it's no longer with the orifice pointing toward the cecal side, but rather toward the anal side. This is a fabulous way to get in when you are struggling and you can't get the valve turned toward you, and it's especially useful if you have a device on to improve visualization like the Endocuff Vision or Amplify.
I'll demonstrate this underwater technique a couple of times because, again, I think it's underused. So here we have a valve where the orifice is pointed toward the cecum. You can't really see it from the anatomic distal side, from the anal side. So we're taking the gas out and filling it with water. Now, sometimes you have to do a bit of water exchange if the fluid has a lot of mucus in it, but you can see now the valve is much more directly at us, and then we can push our way in underwater. And I think the water often causes the opening to relax a bit. It just allows a bigger diameter to go through. Here's another case of underwater intubation of the TI. And when you're using this technique, it can help to clean up a bit first, because if there's a lot of mucus around and you start to infuse water, it can get a bit cloudy. It's possible to lose track of the valve. You can see now with this clear water, we can already see the valve turning out. Everything is relaxing. And we came past the valve. It's turned away from us a little bit, but when we get under there, it actually is quite easy to turn into the valve lips. And again, I think the water technique seems to make the valve orifice a little bit more receptive. It's easier to push through a large scope, an adult scope, with a device on the tip. Sometimes you have to deflect a little bit to the right or left to sort of get off the area where you're catching right on the valve orifice in order to get up into the TI. And a little bit of abdominal pressure, as I mentioned, sometimes in the right lower quadrant, can help push the bending section into the TI. But the key thing that I want to demonstrate here is how water filling, underwater intubation of the TI, how this approach turns the valve orifice toward you. There you can see it turning toward you, and that's really the key to facilitation of intubation. It's that turning toward you and relaxation of the valve that lets you in.